so in order to determine which students are admitted, waitlisted, or not admitted into the TAG program, we have to apply several criteria. The first step in the process is to obtain fall and winter scores from students. So they'll take a fall score, and they might also take a winter score if they are either nominated or if they qualify based on their grade level and situation. So if they have a fall math score, they also have a standard error of measurement. So the score is called the RIT score, and the standard error of measurement tells you how precise or imprecise the score is. So reading has the same two elements to it. Winter, you have the math, same two elements, reading, same two elements. So you end up with 4 pieces of information, 4 scores rather. Math and reading fall, math and reading winter. We then are interested in the higher of those 2 scores from math, fall and winter, and reading, fall and winter. We take the higher of the scores from fall and winter. We have a math score and a reading score. And then we look at the percentile for each score, because each score has an associated percentile, and we use winter percentiles. Even if it's a fall score, we still apply the winter percentile. So taking those 2 scores, we look at the lower of those 2 scores and the corresponding percentile. And if the corresponding percentile of the lower between math and reading is less than 80%, less than the 80th percentile, then they have not met the criteria and they exit the process. If it has met the 80% threshold, then we look at we have to find out what the required NNAT2 score is. And that is based on, again, the lower of the math and reading scores percentile. So for example, this document shows that if the lower of the 2 percentiles were the 90th, then the required NNAT2 score would be 120. So after we apply that criterion, we determine, did they meet if they had the 90th for the lower of the 2 percentiles, was their NNAT2 score 120? If it was lower than 120, then they exit the process. If it was 120 or higher in that case, then we apply the criterion, and then we sum the percentiles. By that I mean the NNAT2 score itself has a percentile. So we have 3 scores with percentiles: NNAT2, NWEA Math, and NWEA Reading. We sum them up and we get a number, and we rank based on those numbers. But it might occur that 2 students have the same summed percentile. So then we have to break the ties, and we do that via random number generation in Microsoft Excel. The formula, I believe, is equals RAND, and then you can apply that formula. So upon breaking the ties with the random number generation, and by the way, this ranking is at the grade level, per grade. So then we assign a final rank per grade, and then we have to determine what's the capacity for the TAG program the coming year. Once we obtain the capacity of the TAG program, we know how many students to admit. So we admit the top N students, where N is the capacity of the program, per grade, and based on their ranking, and those students are then admitted if they fall into that group of rankings in the top N based on capacity. If they did not rank high enough to place into the TAG program based on capacity per grade level, they are not admitted. But they are also on the waiting list, and the waiting list is ordered or ranked based on their original ranking from before. So let's say the ranking starts at, for 5th grade, 75. So they'll start at 75 and so on, or 76, let's say. But we'll turn that 76 into a 1. So their waiting list ranking will be 1. And we'll apply that same criteria all the way down, and we'll have the waiting list order. And that'll be, again, by grade level. All this is done at the grade level, not the school level or district level. And that's how we determine the status of the selection process for per student for the TAG program at P-CCS.